Hey all, so I'm just going to walk you through how to use this website. So first, really all that you're going to need are these tabs here: engineering, competition, outputs, build and test. Okay, so the engineering is really where you make the changes you want to. So it's just going to start loading up here. You'll see these three tabs really are going to be the three that you use in this class. So they're right along the top. I like to hit this little eye so I can see what it is. So that allows me to see the tricep muscle, bicep muscle. The ball will show up when I put that in. If I want to change things, I need to turn on this little wrench, and these different things will show up. The last thing I like to see is the conservation of energy. It's not that one actually, it's the projectile motion, which these little triangles, and as I move things, you'll see things start to move minimum to maximum. And so we want that initial velocity to be as big as possible because it's going to, for example, want to be thrown as far as possible. So you want this arm to be pretty quick. So I'm not going to make any real big changes here, just to kind of show you how it works. So this is really the stock design that you're starting off with. Everybody's looks pretty much the same. It has these numbers in there. So I'm just going to type in 65 here and just make only that one change. As soon as I hit apply, you'll see my arm angle will change from 75 to 65. And so it just pushed it forward a little bit. So that's this angle right here. Instead of being at 75, push it forward, now it's at 65. Now you can see my launch angle was immediately affected by that. So if I hit reset, you see it kind of moved back that way. So doing that actually is not a good thing, and it will actually perform a little bit worse in terms of the launch angle. Okay, and so you can kind of see these little arrows without having to go and throw it. If you watch these things and learn how this kind of works, pretty much I want to have these guys move over here to the right, all three of them. Okay, and that will then help you as you're designing it to kind of look for some things to help. But let's say, just for example, I'm ready to test this thing out and see how it does. So one of the first things that you do is go over here to outputs. Just make sure everything is within the design specification. So just click on outputs, design specs. If there's something in red, then what that means is you're going to have to change those numbers. This shows you a minimum and the maximum arm length that you can have. Mine, of course, is obviously in between that. So the maximum arm length is 800 millimeters. Mine is only 185. The arm angle maximum is 180 degrees, minimum of 10 degrees. Mine's at 65. So everything is within the range that it can be in. So if you look at these numbers, you can see minimum and maximum for all these different things that you can do. Number of rubber bands, total material length, all that stuff there. Okay. So if I go back over to my engineering tab, let's say I do have it set up the way that I want it to be, and I just want to test it and see how it performs. So you enter the competition. So I go up here to File, save a working copy, or enter the competition. Or I can start all over if I'm getting frustrated. It's like, I just need a new design. Then I can go here. And sometimes it is okay to have like 2 or 3 designs. Like maybe you have it perfectly, you're just not getting it to perform any better, so start over. Okay, so I go here to save a working copy. I give it a name like, I don't know, test 2. Okay, then if I don't want it to enter a competition, let's say I'm just kind of done working for a while, then just save a copy and you can open it back up. If I want to save it and enter the competition to see how far it actually throws, then I'm going to click down here. Okay, so I let that go. Boom, it should now be over here in the competition tab. Now again, we've already checked the outputs. So we go to the competition tab. Okay, from here then, you can pick what you want it to be. So that you notice that I called it test 2. I can make that contender 1, and maybe I have my first one that I designed a while ago as my contender 2, and then I can compare the two. If I want, I can do other things. I can compare it compared to the other people that are in here. Okay, so all of these are the ones that I can kind of compare it to if I choose to. So I like to just compare my 2 that are there. Okay, from here you can see the top 10. If I wanted to click over there, And so you could compare yours to the other people that are in here in that top 10, for example, to see how yours is performing against them if you wanted to do that. So in this case, I'm just going to have test 2 as contender 1, contender 2. Okay, now I'm just going to click start, and boom, it's just going to. Yeah, remember, I put this way out here, way too far for you guys to ever be able to reach it. There's going to be closest to that target. I don't expect you to reach the target. I put this target way, way, way out there. So really the competition is really to see who can get it to throw the farthest. Once here, you can see I missed my distance by 1996 meters. So I set it out at 2,000 meters. So I don't expect you to get to 2,000 meters. That'd be pretty much impossible. Rather, it's really looking at here, the range. Well, I was able to throw it 3 meters. Okay, so that is really what it is that we're looking at. Saying, okay, well, how can I get it to throw it farther than 3 meters? If you go back to your output tab, that's really going to be, how you set it up. Look at all these different minimums and maximums. Sometimes people don't look at this. It's like, gee, this is what mine is designed as. This column over here, look over here. There is a best design, but you guys have it set up to be kind of a mini one. Like if I can have my arm length be up to 800 millimeters and it's only 185, that's pretty obvious. What I should probably do here is maybe make that arm length longer. And then of course, you're going to be able to gain a lot of distance, for example. Okay, that doesn't mean that you should be the maximum on everything. But that's just kind of a clue to kind of look in here. And if you don't, then really you have a really small arm compared to really what you should possibly have. Okay, so that's the basics of doing this and how to enter the competition. So it's really just these 3 tabs. You can come back over here. If you want to start in a new design, so I just need to start over, then click on new, and you can start making changes from that stock miniature design that it starts off with. All right, hope everybody's doing well, and I'll talk to you later.